This episode is brought to you by Indie Film Hustle Academy, where filmmakers and screenwriters go to learn from top Hollywood industry professionals. Learn more at ifhacademy.com. He was a guest on my other show. He told me the story of how you guys have some sort of history with Mr. Tarantino. How were you involved in that?
Yeah.
So
in fact, I'm the one who introduced Quentin to Scott Spiegel, who then introduced him to Lawrence Bender.
Right.
You see the movie Lionheart, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Lawrence is in Lionheart.
Yeah, both of them are. We had a whole circle of friends at the time.
Right.
It included Sam Raimi, and Sam was at that first screening of Bloodsport, by the way. Sam ended up doing at least a couple of movies with Jean-Claude. They did that. He was involved with Time Cop and Hard Target.
Universal, sure, yeah.
I introduced Jean-Claude to Sam Raimi, and Sam was immediately impressed with him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we had a whole circle of friends at the time, which included Sam and Bruce Campbell and, some of these Detroit guys. And then there were people I met in LA, like Boaz. I met Boaz through a completely different source. And we all used to hang out together. So I was prepping Lionheart at Imperial Entertainment. Mm-hmm. And Quentin, who worked in video stores just like you many years ago.
Yes.
Quentin was hired by Imperial to call video stores all over the country to sell them their product, to basically get them to buy, hey, come on, you want 5 copies of Ninja versus Zombie, don't you?
And that was the thing for people don't understand. I understand it because I worked at a video store, but back then, there was hustlers on the phone trying to get you to buy more copies, and this is before sell-through. Because before 1995 movies, they were still like at $79 or $99 a tape or something like that, or $79 a tape.
It was expensive, yeah.
So you were like trying to get them. You were trying to get my mom and pop, or not my personal mom and pop, but the owner of my video store to purchase.
That was Quentin Tarantino. That was Quentin calling.
So he was a telemarketer. So Quentin Tarantino was a telemarketer at that time, essentially.
Yeah. And my little my workspace was right across from where Quentin's workspace was. And Quentin comes up to me one day and just bubbling with enthusiasm. He's always bubbling with enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're Sheldon Lettich. You co-wrote Thou Shalt Not Kill Except.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't joking, though. I mean, it was like...
He knew it.
It was like, hey, you co-wrote Citizen Kane, didn't you? Anyways, he was really jazzed about that. So we talked a little bit, and I realized that he was just a fount of trivia. Mm-hmm. He just knew all this trivia about every movie ever made. And my buddy Scott Spiegel is pretty much the same. Scott actually co-wrote a movie with Boaz. They co-wrote The Rookie. Mm-hmm. And Scott co-wrote Evil Dead 2. He's basically one of the Detroit guys. He used to hang out with Sam and Bruce and all those guys. And so I tell Quentin, you know what? You really need to meet a friend of mine, Scott Spiegel. He says, whoa, Scott Spiegel! And starts rattling off Scott Spiegel's credits. Like, whoa, Evil Dead 2, Scott Spiegel! He was really excited, so I gave him Scott's phone number, and the two of them, they hit it off right away. And Scotty had been directing a low-budget movie that Lawrence Bender was producing at the time called Intruder.
Yes.
Which Sam Raimi was in, playing the butcher in this grocery store. And so that's how he met Lawrence. And Lawrence was a friend of mine at the time, too, because I cast Lawrence and Scotty in Lionheart. Lawrence has a very memorable role. He's this heckler at one of the fights.
I remember. He's in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, I've been auditioning actors to play, the New York heckler. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't find anybody who I was really happy with. Right. And I thought, you know what, Lawrence would be perfect for playing this guy. So I gave him a call. At the time, he was living in some small apartment over in like the Miracle Mile area. and kind of living paycheck to paycheck. So yeah, he's more than happy. He rushes down to do an audition, does an audition, and I cast him in the movie, and he was doing such a good job of heckling Jean-Claude when we were shooting that with cameras rolling, Jean-Claude walks over to him. And Lawrence, he's a trained actor, so he stayed in the moment. Jean-Claude stayed in the moment. And Jean-Claude walks over and grabs Lawrence by his shirt, yanks him, and says, "You and me, right now." And Lawrence did not break character. He stayed with it. And then Harrison Page comes in and separates the two of them. No, man, you don't want to do that. So that was Lawrence's role in the film. And yeah, like you said, they even used it in the trailer. It was a really good little moment. Mm-hmm. So I was hanging out with these guys at the time, and a lot of them have moved on to become some pretty prominent names in the business.
They've done okay. They've done okay for themselves. They've done okay. So that's so Quentin's next to you, telemarketing. You introduce him to Scott. Scott eventually introduced him to Lauren Bender, and then the rest is history as far as Quentin, as Lawrence and Quentin go.
Right.